Hi everyone, Veronica Escobar here. I hope you all have had a wonderful, restful, blessed holiday season. I have really enjoyed spending time with my family. I feel so fortunate to be your Congresswoman and so excited to share with you a look back at 2021 and the 12 wins that we've had all year, my team and I. First, we launched the FRONTERA Fellows Program, and it is an incredible program where we recruited young people in El Paso, brilliant, bright, amazing, hardworking young people who learned about government, politics, community engagement, and civic activism. I'm proud of them, and I'm excited about next year's Frontera Fellows Program 2022. The second thing we did that I'd like to highlight is we registered 1,000 new voters in El Paso. That is just the beginning. We intend to continue to register voters all year round. We know that our democracy is at risk. There is so much at stake, and we've got to make sure we have new and engaged voters, not just today, but in future elections going forward. Number three, we continued our wonderful charitable work. I'm so proud of the work that my campaign team and I do. Obviously, we all do charitable work in our private lives, but it's important to us, especially on the campaign side, that we continue the tradition of giving. El Paso has given us so much. We want to continue to give back. We've planted trees, we've helped shelter pets, we've honored and uplifted the LGBTQ community, and so much more. We are, in fact, about to deliver coats to the homeless to make sure that they stay warm this winter season. If you ever want to be a part of helping us with our charitable work, please remember you can join our team and participate in great charitable giving. 4, I was so incredibly privileged to be selected by Speaker Nancy Pelosi to serve on Congress's, the House Select Committee on the Climate Crisis. We all know that this is an incredible existential threat. We've got to do absolutely everything possible. We need a whole of government approach. And I am very lucky that I get to participate in building out the framework and legislation and to fight for the funding and the policy changes that will save our planet. 5, some of the most important work that we do locally here out of my congressional office is our casework. Members of the community who are having trouble either accessing funds or information or getting fundamental questions answered from any federal agency, you can turn to us at the local federal office, our congressional office. We've opened up nearly 700 cases for El Pasoans seeking help with their VA benefits, their Social Security benefits, answering questions, making sure that we don't just get your questions answered and get you the information you need, but in many cases, delivering those dollars that you've been waiting for from the IRS or other federal agencies into your bank account and into your pocket. I'm really proud of the work that we did for each and every case that we opened. Number 6, this year, I got to participate in COP26, which was the global meeting on the climate crisis, with the global community coming together in Glasgow, Scotland, to address the needs of the changing climate, to commit to funding and to policy changes so that we can build a better world for our children, our grandchildren, and indeed ourselves as well. Number 7, we worked to bring over $1 billion here, home to El Paso. Those federal resources helped save businesses, create jobs, invested in our community in an unprecedented way. I am so proud not just to have fought for those dollars, but to have delivered them home here to you. Number 8, I've sponsored 15 pieces of legislation, co-sponsored 250 bills, all of them intended to make your lives here in El Paso better. Those bills expand access to health care, protect Social Security, increase the minimum wage, help and protect and uplift our veterans, and so much more. I am proud of the work that we've done, not just to author those pieces of legislation, but to help shape them and help get them passed. Number 9, I was so proud to have hosted Vice President Kamala Harris when she visited El Paso earlier this year. I'm proud of our community, the way that we always are there to tell the stories of the most vulnerable among us and to really shine a light on what needs to happen, what needs to be done. And it was important for me that the vice president get in front of not just law enforcement, but in front of advocates and activists as she works on addressing the root causes of migration, something long overdue. Number 10, speaking of migrants, I was so proud of the work that my team and I did as we worked to ensure that our Afghan guests who worked and fought alongside our brave American women and men in Afghanistan, we worked to make sure that their needs were met. I hosted a congressional delegation visit so that we could provide the adequate oversight. I stayed in close communication with Fort Bliss leadership, and I'm very proud of the work that we did to make sure that we lived up to our country's values. Number 11, one of the pieces of legislation I am most proud of is the expanded child tax credit, a tax cut for working families that helped over 170,000 children and uplifted the most vulnerable kids out of poverty here in our community. Number 12, the infrastructure package. The infrastructure bill will be transformative for El Paso, for Texas, and for this country. $35 billion alone will be coming to the state of Texas for broadband, clean water, roads, highways, bridges, and will help address some of the needs that we need to address when we face the climate crisis. My friends, it has been the privilege of my lifetime to serve you, to work for you every day here in El Paso and in Washington, D.C. In 2022, we've got a lot more work to do. Legislatively, I am committed to getting the Build Back Better Act passed, not just through the House, as we did last year, but through the Senate and to the president's desk. We need to make sure that we continue fighting for families in El Paso and across the country, that we address the climate crisis and more. 2022 will also bring the midterms. We've got to make sure we win big in El Paso, in our primary, in the general election, and that we help Democrats across the country. We've got to maintain the majority in the House and in the Senate so that Democrats can continue to deliver for this country and for you. Thank you all so much for the honor of my lifetime. Looking forward to 2022 working right alongside you.